Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Drogan, and this is Let's Play a Game of Dwarves, as you might have seen. This is a game that I have started many times, and have never actually finished. I am going to put this down to 80 a little bit, because during the test the audio was a bit loud. So we'll see how this goes. There you go. And yeah, so this is a game from Paradox Interactive, which I didn't realize, because when I got this the first time, I didn't really know who Paradox Interactive was. Now I realize that Paradox Interactive recently just bought White Wolf Publishing, which is awesome, because they're pretty good at making video games these days. Anyway, let's start a new campaign. Let's reset this one. This was one just to test some stuff. And obviously our prince's name is going to be Drogan. I can't do spaces, so it's just going to be Drogan. Right.
A long time ago, in a gap... no wait. Somewhere around here, I mean. And this very mountain, the first dwarves entered this world. The dwarves had unlimited ambition and the talent for whatever they set their minds to. They dug through mountains, built wondrous artifacts and structures, and had a courage of steel to face the fiercest of monsters. And win. On their way to glory, they encountered other races, such as the nimble elves and the mighty dragons. With their help, soon the dwarves had spread far from their homeland and created a vast kingdom. But that was a long time ago, and I was merely ancient back then. In the end, it was due to change. They came from the unknown regions of the north. Mages. The dwarves had never seen anything like them. They wielded powerful energies called magic, and brought with them terrible creatures that seemed to hate the very world itself. Even so, the dwarves offered their hand in friendship, but the mages had no such intentions. They struck out against the dwarves, and soon the great dark magic war had begun. The dragons flew to help the dwarves, but the mages were so powerful that they managed to strike the dragons down from the sky, destroying them. The elves fled the lands to let the dwarves fight for themselves. The noble dwarves fought long and hard for their survival against the ruthless mages and the terrible destruction they brought in their wake. With no one to help, the dwarves were pushed back.
Dad, you told this story dozens of times already. It's not real. There are no mages or dragons, and we don't even have a great kingdom laying around. This is boring to listen to again. I don't.
But soon, the dwarves will rise again, and they will build a civilization worthy of their stolen glory!
Dad, are you talking to yourself again?
No.
Okay, that might have been a bit loud, that final part, but that's basically the introduction to the game. And now, there we are, Prince Drogan.
I'm the prince, and you will hear me.
Father, I have arrived. Was this something you wished to speak with me
Put down
about?
the ale and listen.
Yes, indeed, my son. You have been a lazy layabout since the day you were born. Not knowing the grandness of what a true dwarf should be, you have no ambition besides filling your belly.
Come on now.
But,
By my
Father,
fluffy backside.
but no more. I am throwing you out of here so that you can learn how to take care of your own dwarven clan. You may only return home to Hemford when you have proven yourself to be my heir and a true prince of the dwarves. Now go. So, yeah, basically, we got kicked out of our dwarven
Hear
home.
me out.
Yeah. Greetings, dwarves. Welcome to Vanaheim. I suppose I should introduce myself. I am the prince of the dwarven people, the only remaining direct descendant of our king father, our ruler. King father has encouraged me to be more responsible and take my duties more seriously. So from here on out, I will be the head of my own clan. However, we will not be considered a true clan until we complete something called the trial. We should look into the lessons King Father has prepared for us in order to learn how to control everything. Just click on the lesson buttons in the lower part of the screen, which is right here. Besides that, there are two places we can go. The backyard, where we can train on how to control our settlement, and the trial, where we will test our mettle. I would recommend that we first take King Father's lessons and then try everything out in the backyard. Then we can finally show what we're made of in the trial. Available locations, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, we got kicked out. This is the world map. To be honest, I never gotten past this here. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Good. Okay. So we can do the lessons here, see controls and all that stuff. Build a memo. Pets are always fun. I usually take the wolf pet, obviously. And some speeches. Let's see. Have important things to say, then we'll have speech bubbles, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, let's start with the backyard, which is basically the tutorial. So let's do that and see how we do. Okay.
Now, what's going on?
Alright, here we are. So I'm gonna try and do a dwarven accent, but I fail epically at it, so, you know, don't be pissed at me if I do fail epically at it. This is where many dwarven clan leaders have practiced their skills before trying to undertake the trial. This is a perfect spot to train the very basics of how to rule and control your own settlement. If you haven't already, then we should really look at King Father's lessons in the world map. There he explains everything worth knowing about how to control everything. But for now we should focus on the training. Let's do this step by step. We should pay close attention to the quest log. It will give us additional information. It will give us detailed, even, information on any quests that we should perform in order to complete levels. So the quest log is going to be here. Now we have the main quest, how to dig. So dig and explore. Yeah, seems to be filled with undigium, blocks we can't dig. So any dirt blocks should be easy to see. And now we also have the digger. We need to dig 25 blocks. Let's track that. Stocking up 50 food, and the builder, we need to build 10 objects. It's all very, very basic. Okay, to look around, we can use both the mouse and the keyboard. With the mouse, you just move the cursor to the edges of the screen to move the camera. With the keyboard, you press the WASD. For me, well, it's a bit different keys to move the camera. We can rotate the camera by holding the scroll button and then dragging, or by Q and E. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Underground is not one flat layer, so we have the slider up here that goes up and down. You can also use the R and the F key. Yeah. Sometimes we want to zoom in or out, scroll button or Z and X. And that's about it for now, I hope. So this here, okay, let's see what I have here. Throne, spawning pool, and one digger. Really? Only one dwarf? To get him to work, first select the dig order, that blinking button down in the menu. And then we should select a block, clicking on it, and the digger will try to get there and dig it out. Let's have him practice a bit. We should select a few blocks for him to dig. The big back forward consists of blocks that have not been dug out. Just be mindful many of the blocks seems to be undigium and cannot be dug out. If the marker turns red when you try to dig a block, then that block is made of undigium. That means we need to find some other block to dig out. So yeah, basically we have mostly dirt here. This is fertile soil and this is stone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that and even things that we can do this as well. And the digging actually goes pretty fast, especially for dirt, as you can see. Let's dig out these two as well. And yeah, so all your characters can also gain levels depending on how good they do their tasks. So because he's a digger, for every digging that he does, he gains experience. Let's see, 30 experience, and the more digging he does, the higher his level. And the higher his level, the faster he will dig, because, you know, certain materials do get tougher. I mean, this is dirt and rock, which is the basic materials. I mean, rock is basically, you know, the basic building tools. And, yeah. So this is undigium, as you can see. This cannot be dug, and this at the bottom here as well. So let's speed this up a little bit. We should get to 25, so let's do this. There we go. That's done. Now, what they probably want us to do as well is this. Yep. Hold on, what's this? We seem to have found a big empty room. Was that over there? It looks like gold. We should definitely gather some. We gather materials and minerals by using the dig order, just as with any other block. Who knows what juicy things we can manage to find if we dig around. So yeah, basically all of the special, you know, veins and stuff like that you will see very obviously. Just like here, you have the gold. I'm gonna turn that audio down a little bit more, because that digging sound is very loud for me. I don't know for you. See, why does it always have to reset that as well? Anyway, so yeah, let's dig this out a little bit as well. As you can see, the question marks mean that we know there is something there, but we don't know what it is. So you usually dig towards those areas, so then you can, you know, find out what's there. But first, I am gonna check how far we can dig back there, and let's dig up this as well. Let's just do some general digging here until everything is undigium. It's probably gonna be like that. You know what? We're gonna get some other patches as far as I remember, so it should be fine to do this. Then we have the big open thing. There we go. Alright, let's dig these out, and that's gonna open the next room. There we go. Oh, look at this big room. This must be one of the older parts of Hemfort. Do you see those dark-coloured blocks? Do not dig those. If you do, then we cannot continue. Great fine digger dwarf. You've earned some well-deserved rest now. We do not need to dig anything else for the time being. Well, we actually still have some gold, but sure. Let us disable the dig order temporarily while we focus on other things. We probably need a bed so our tired dwarfs can have somewhere to rest. So let's build ourselves. See, when you open the build thing, it pauses. And apparently I can't select building yet. So yeah, let's just wait until we can select. There we go. What we need is to get a dwarfling, a young and untrained dwarf. When you get enough experience, they can be turned into any dwarf that we need. Let's open the Hemford button in the lower right corner. From there we can order dwarflings. Let's order a dwarfling now. Use the Hemford button and click on the button that will order a dwarfling. So this is the Hemford button. And this basically has us call back to the main dwarven halls for more dwarves. See, you can queue dwarflings, and we can only do one. You can also upgrade the spawning level, well, the spawning pool, which increases the amount of dwarfs we can get. And then you can also buy and sell materials, because for instance, if you have loads of tourmaline, but you don't use it for anything at that point, but you need iron, then, you know, blah blah blah. Anyway, so we've ordered a... Yeah, baby, there we go. Great! The dwarfling has arrived. Spawning pool is our connection back to Hemfort. It's from here that dwarflings will appear after we've ordered them. Now that we have a dwarfling, we can give him a profession. Dwarflings can be upgraded instantly, but get free experience over time if they're not upgraded. Let's click on the plus icon next to his name. This time I think it best if he became a crafter. Click on the crafter icon and the dwarfling's destiny will be set forever. So also, as you can see, our prince here is beardless, and this is speech log, and his weapon for now is just basically a wooden sword, and we're level 10. Now, as you also can see, Brunson here, he gains 5 experience every now and then. We can choose to upgrade him. So this is going to have a lot more things, obviously, later on. But for now, all we need is a crafter. And a crafter needs 50 food, which we have a 750 of, so that should be fine. And boom! He became a crafter. Finally, that dwarf will be able to do some good. Let's have him get to work and build some useful things for us. Click on the build button. And now search for a buildable bed for the dwarfs to sleep and rest in. Beds can be found in the furniture category in the build menu. When we find a suitable object to craft, we'll blah 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 blah. Now we'll be able to place it somewhere in the world. To place the object, just click, I know, yeah. Yeah, and then you can rotate, yeah, when we're satisfied, release, okay. Now we can also use the sell order and the move order in case we are not satisfied with what we bought or where we placed it. Alright, so this is the sell button, and this is the move button, and this is the build button. Now you can build stairs, for instance, ladders. We can build beds. Now for the moment, all we can build is a stone bed, which isn't very comfortable, but it's good enough for the dwarves. They'll sleep in it and they'll be rested, but they won't have any happiness from it. But that comes in later. So let's put the bed over there. Let's put a second one next to it. There we go. Now the builder dwarf is gonna go and, you know, obviously build. Finally we have a bed. Now the dwarves is somewhere to sleep. They're not royalty, so I don't know why the ground is not good enough for them anyway. What we need now is food. Dwarves can't survive without proper good meal. Excuse me. There are several things that we need to do in order to get food, but first we should have somewhere for the dwarves to eat. let's open up the build button again and build a table. Let's do that while he's building. So there we have a stone table. Well, let's put it close to where the food's going to come from, which is here, obviously. Let's put the stone table over there. Now, the cool thing about the stone tables, I find, is that they actually show how much food you have. So the richer the food on the table is, the more food you have here. Well, there's a cap, obviously, but whatever. Good work, crafter dwarf. Now we have a table that the dwarfs can eat from. When they're hungry, they'll go to the closest table to eat, so we should always be sure to have enough food in storage. With no food, the dwarfs will starve. Just saying. Now that we have a bed to sleep in and a table to eat at, we could use some food. Let's look at the dark colored blocks in the middle of this room. That is fertile soil. That's the only kind of block where plants and trees can be planted. But since there's no sun underground, we need to build something which will provide the power needed for plants to grow. We will need to build a fertilization stone for that. Select it from the building menu. Then we need to build it somewhere on the fertile ground. Get to work! My belly is starting to rumble. So yes, what we need to do now is here in the, what's it called? The workstations. As you can see, there's loads of different things. But the most important thing for now is the fertilization stone. Allows for plants to be planted in a proximity, so I'm thinking I'm going to do this, because I don't remember what the radius is on this thing. And now the worker dwarf is going to start building that. So now we have fertile soil, which is given energy provided by the fertilization stone. It's time to grow some food. Open up the build menu, find the lemon tree, and then place it close to the fertilization stone. You see the green area around the fertilization stone? That is the radius. Crops can only grow if they are within that range. When the crop is close enough to the stone, food will begin to grow. So yeah, as you can see, there's like, oh, that's actually pretty decent range. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so first thing we're actually going to do is put another one over here so we have full range. I think I could have actually put it in the middle, but oh well. Alright, so now we can plant lemon trees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant half of the lemon trees over here. And how much do the lemon trees cost? They don't cost anything for the moment, do they? I don't think they do. Just build all of them. The more trees you have, the more food you get. Anyway, soon we can finally eat, but for some reason we need a new dwarfling. We need a worker this time, so we have someone to work with any planted crops. So let's open the Hemford window and order another dwarfling. So yeah, we need a worker dwarf who, you know, as the name implies, works the plants. They harvest the plants and stuff like that, and do other stuff as well. I think I don't remember 100%. But there we go. So now we have another dwarfling. This one looks like we can upgrade immediately as well. Let's turn him into a worker. Plus, yeah. This time we choose worker as profession, and yeah. So in the normal game we won't be able to upgrade them as fast as this, I don't think. I seem to remember that we need to have them run around as a normal dwarfling for a bit until they get enough XP to turn into a class, a proper class. But because this is a tutorial, they sped us up, I think. Anyway, let's make a worker. Now that the dwarfling has turned into a worker, we can have him start collecting food. If we click the plus icon on fertilization stone, the worker dwarf will be assigned to it. The number of assigned worker dwarves will gather food from every plant within the area of the fertilization stone. So yeah, you probably have noticed that you can set up to 3 workers per fertilization stone. So we only have the 1, so we can't really do anything other than put it at 1? Well, we can put it at 3, but it's completely useless. In the meantime, let's build another bed as well, because we have another dwarf. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no more starving. I know. We can finally build a good... We have finally built a good base. These are the basic elements we needed to be able to live down here. Before we move on, we will need some protection. I think it's time to order another dwarfling. We need a dwarf that will be able to protect us. Open up the Hemfort and order one more dwarfling. So this is going to be the warrior dwarf that we're going to get now. Who, as the name says, is the one that fights. Obviously. So let's get that dwarfling. Let's speed this up a little bit. There. Ah, the dwarfling is here. And look at that. He can be upgraded instantly as well. Let's select a military class and we'll have a soldier. Yeah, so let's do this and military. Great, now we can defend our base. It's always wise to have some way of protecting our gold. I mean dwarves. Yeah, dwarves. Now we're ready to move on. Now I think it is safe enough to use the dig order again. Let's see if we can find something deeper inside this cave. You know what, I'm first gonna clear this out, because this is annoying the hell out of me. See, I always like it to have, to be, you know, have it all undigium and then make it pretty with building stuff. Like furniture and walls and stuff like that. But, you know, that's for later. Because also the walls and the furniture and all that, it actually makes dwarves happy, which is this bar up here. I don't think that's gonna come into play right now, but you know, it's always handy to know. I think I can go. There we go. Oh no, it's a beast in there. Everyone stay away from it. Military dwarf, go and kill it. Save me. I mean save us. If I get killed, then it's all over. You must keep me alive. Alright, we have the teleport button. If we select that and click on a dwarf, then we can place that dwarf somewhere else. Like, for example, if we teleport a military dwarf and then place him right on top of that monster. So what we can do is pause, and we use the teleport button here, which is completely free, which is very awesome. And we teleport this dwarf to this monster here, and boom, he's gonna kill that monster. Svenmark, very good. Is it dead? It's dead. Well done, military dwarf. I'm glad we all handled that like true warriors, with honor and courage. Great work so far, dwarfs. Now we have a proper base and some defense. Say, what's that over there? Looks like a locked door. There should be some way to open it up. Let's try using the interact button. If we can interact with something around here, then we can probably open the door up. So as you can see, this here is glowing, so that usually means you can interact with it. So let's open that. And the first dwarf that's near is going to, you know, interact with it. Ah, the door's been opened! Now we can proceed beyond it. Yeah, first, again, I'm gonna dig out these. Because I don't like the dirt. The dirt looks ridiculous. There we go, that's a lot better. So let's continue onwards. And also we can sell these. Those don't give any bonuses, but they do give you materials. And I'm going to sneeze. Ah, excuse me. Ah, what is this? Another room. It looks like we can dig downwards. I wonder if we dig downwards, then maybe we'll find something interesting. Remember that we can move up and down in layers with the slider in the bottom right corner, or by pressing the R and the F keys on the keyboard. We can build ladders from the build menu now as well. If we build them onto walls, and we can climb up and down in the holes we dug out. Now, I know that there is a treasure chamber hidden away somewhere around here. If we find it and take it right from under King Father's big nose, then we will have shown him. So, yeah, we can... First, let's sell that. And now, let's dig out this area a little bit more. Boom. As you can see, you can always click as much as you want, because you can't tell what's going to be behind there. But, it's, you know, if you can't reach it, then it's not going to do anything. Now, we can build stairs, but stairs need ladders, but ladders need wood, don't they? But we can't build the wood plant yet. So the log plant, it's called. Or are they free? Oh, they're actually free. Okay, cool. That's very nice. Anyway, let's dig out then. Alright. And let's dig. Let's put this. There we go. And now we can have a new material here, which is kind of like I don't know, hardened clay kind of thing, I guess. Which we can also dig. I mean, it's a little bit harder than dirt, but because we're level 9, it'll go in one hit as well. Because we're that awesome. Or digger dwarf, anyway. Let's go up and let's build the next stairs. As soon as he digs it out. There we go. Is that on the right? That's the right side. There we go. So let's dig the next level out. As you can see, that's going to be probably the treasure chamber down there. It's a long way down, but we'll get there. Don't you worry. And in the meantime, our digger dwarf continues to get levels. There we go. Now we've got it. There we go. That's good as well. I can't actually build it because we don't have an extra area above. This is it. This is the treasure chamber. But where is the treasure? Where is all the treasure? There's a tablet over there. Dwarven messages are usually written on tablets. We should use the interact order on it to see if anything worthwhile is written on it. I have a bad feeling about this. So let's have our super awesome digger dwarf. What's his name actually? What's digger dwarf? Pepper Snicker. Okay. Unfortunately, the dwarven names are random. Let's have him interact with that. Actually, he can. Messages written on it. It says, "Dear Prince, if you're reading this, then well done. You've proven that you know that which every proper dwarf should know from birth. There's no treasure here for you. Now go and complete the trial already. With love, King Father." Fine. Dwarfs, when we feel ready, we should go back to the world screen. Stupid King Father, we will show you one day. Well, it doesn't seem to be much more of worth here. We can probably leave this area now. Let's head back to the world map when we feel ready. We can leave by clicking the options button. So, yeah. Every time that you finished the main quest, you can either choose to continue playing and, you know, keep digging and upgrading your Dwarven Kingdom in that area, or you can return to the world and go to the next level. What I'm going to do is we're going to return to the world. As you can also see, there's like different materials here. So every level has their own types of materials that you can find. So the deeper you dig, the better materials you can find, obviously. But also the better defended they are. Anyway, let's return to the world. Turn to world, yeah. Thank you. There we go. And let's see how much influence we have gained. Oh, shit tons. We completed the influence. We completed the main quest even. We got level reward. Awesome. We completed all of the king's quests. Good. So now we can do...
Listen up now.
Yeah, we have firmer grasp of what it takes to make a settlement. I feel like there's no challenge too big for us to take on now. So we can do the trial now. But I'm going to leave that for the next video, because this one has been dragging on a bit. So yeah, next video, we're going to do the trial, and we're going to see what's up with this crystal thing. So see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a message if you did, or not, you know, whatever. I don't care. Well, I do, but, you know, you don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, see you guys later, and have a good day.